Welcome back to Pick and Roll. I'm Jackson.
I'm Jonathan.
We talk all things NBA from stars of the past to kind of what's going on today. Today I'm kind of excited. We're doing the top three best dunkers in the dunk contest and in game. So two different kind of top three lists. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Do you want to start us off?
Sure. Want to do in-game dunkers first or dunk contest first?
We'll do in game first. I think
Okay.
that'd be kind of fun to start off with. But
All right. Do you want me to do all three of mine, or do you want to kind of go back and forth?
yeah, well I think we'll just do
All right.
3 and 3.
Because we might have similar people on our list. So
Yeah.
all right. So the first one I have, when I think in-game dunking, I think this person he's have some of the best in-game dunks in my opinion in history, and that's Blake Griffin. Especially at time on the Clippers, could dunk over anybody. There's a few clips of throwing the ball into the hoop versus actually dunking it, like so high looking down on it, throwing it. Obviously, he was great in dunk contest as well, but the fact that he could do some of the things he did in game, I found to be absolutely incredible. So he's on my list. The second, and these are in no particular order. I just kind of put the people who I think are at the top. But second on my list was his teammate DeAndre Jordan, who I think had the nastiest in-game dunk in history. It's just brutal, and he could really get up there. He didn't have a ton of other skills, but he could definitely get up there and dunk in a game. So he was fun to watch. That Clippers team with those two and Chris Paul was so much fun to watch. They were short of a championship, but man, they were so much fun to watch. Sold a ton of tickets. They were great. Then my third, I kind of went back and forth on who would get that third spot. I feel like people think that it should go to Michael Jordan, but he did not make my list for top three in-game dunkers. He definitely had some hang time, but he didn't make the dunk list. The person I put up there, and I was thinking, who can go up against almost anybody, any big, and still put it over them most likely. And so for that, thinking about that, I put Ja Morant as mine. People say you jump with Ja, you're going to hit the ground before he does. He can hang up there. He can dunk on just about anybody in the league. I would love to see him in a dunk contest someday. I don't think it's going to happen though. But as far as in-game dunking, he is incredible, and he can fly up with the best of them. So that's my list of three in-game.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, no particular order, but I also had Ja Morant on my list. Just watching him, he does miss a lot of his dunks, but he also has the confidence where he not scared to jump with you. But you gotta respect that. At the end of the day, dunking, especially someone his height, he's 6'2".
Yeah, that's what makes it so incredible. How short he is.
Even his dunk on Wemby was a rim grazer, but over Victor Wembanyama, who's now almost 7'6", he's a giant. Goes up there with not even a doubt in his eye, right? A big thing for us in our GOAT list was the fierceness in the eyes. You can tell Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, they will not miss those shots.
Yeah.
So those eyes, even with the dunkers, right? You gotta respect it. So yeah, him, and honestly, I also had Anthony Edwards kind of in the same category. Kind of 2 for 1, kind of tied for that place. So that's technically 4 people, but I mean, those two modern day will jump with anyone, and they're not scared. I know as a Jazz fan, I remember, I think it was the last 2 seasons ago, he destroyed John Collins, put him in the rim. That was brutal, hard to watch.
Yeah.
But also, I'm big Anthony Edwards fan, so that was also kind of cool to watch. But as a Jazz fan, that was also tough to watch. But that was by far the best I've seen.
That was crazy.
In person. That blows Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan dunks we were talking about. Also really awesome dunks. Obviously I didn't grow up watching it. I was a little too young for that, but they just going back to the highlights of those. They must have been so fun to watch. Just throughout. I also kind of had in game. I'd say DeAndre Jordan. Blake Griffin, I think of him over the car, and also the throwing king, the throwing in the dunk. So I want to say dunker. He's definitely could get up there, but it's not what I'm thinking of eviscerating him. I think of DeAndre Jordan over, I don't know who it was, that lob, he just eviscerates him. that was like every time I see that clip, I'm like, oh, every single time it just like hurts to watch. And again, kind of on that topic, I have LeBron James for my final pick. I keep thinking of him on the Heat against the player of the Celtics. I keep blanking his name, but I've heard so many stories of that player. He goes to stories like, "Oh, you're the guy that got dunked by LeBron James, right?" It's like that's what he's known for. It's so infamous, right? Yeah, LeBron James is like a freight train off the basket. You're not stopping him, and he's gonna dunk on you, and like especially prime LeBron, like he's just a monster. So, yeah, in-game dunkers, that's my top 3. But.
Okay. So a couple names I almost put on my list, and it might be before your time, but you may know their reputation. Sean Kemp, when he played for the Supersonics, he could get up there. They called him the Rain Man, and he was a very powerful dunker. Could really sky up there. He has some couple that are legendary, and I almost put Shaq on my list. He wasn't a finesse dunker by any means, and he didn't have a huge vertical, but he could dunk on anybody, and he tore more rims down, broke more backboards than anybody in the history. So he's just for that fact alone, he scared people when he dunked, and he was a force. So he almost made my list, but they didn't quite make it. But those two, I think, are honorable mentions on my list.
Absolutely, yeah. Sean Kemp. I think of the one dunk. I dunked on them was a point on double finger.
Yep.
It was the icon. It
would be a tech nowadays, but yes.
I can just imagine if you're that player like I dunked on and getting pointed
There's
at.
nothing
like
you can say. Like, yep,
yeah,
you got me.
And it reminds me too of Shaq. Like those two are just so disrespectful with their dunks. Like you just like you see the one clip where he like dunks on him, shoves him, and he throws the ball at Shaq.
Yeah.
Like, what else do you do in that situation?
You just
so
look like a fool.
Yeah,
yep.
It's so funny, but yeah.
All right, so dunk contest dunkers. The first one I have. It might be controversial. People might not think of this person as being a top 3 dunk contest dunker, but as you know, the dunk contest has kind of been up and down. It's in a downtrend now, but there's been time where it's kind of spiked up, and in the early 2010s, it kind of spiked up again, became entertaining when Dwight Howard was in it. So he's on my list. He brought out the Superman cape. He did, the 2 backboards, a couple slapping the sticker on it. He made it fun. He didn't just go out there and if you look at a couple years before his, it was tricky dunks, but there was no showmanship.
Yeah.
And that's what he brought to it, was showmanship. So he wasn't necessarily like the best dunker, and that's kind of why I broke this into different categories of in-game versus dunk contest. Because dunk contest is a show, and that's you have to do showmanship. You have to wear the cape. You have to do different things like that. So that's why I put Dwight Howard, because he made it fun again. He made the contest fun and entertaining. So he was first on my list. The second person I put on here, again, no particular order, it has got to be Vince Carter. He also could be an in-game dunker on the list. Just because he, obviously everyone knows his iconic dunks that he did to win the contest, but I think what made him, and to talk about showmanship, is kind of the opposite. He made him look so easy. Donovan Mitchell recreated one of them when he won the dunk contest, but it took Mitchell a couple of tries, and he had to, it looked like it was difficult for him, where Carter just looks so easy when he does it,
Yeah.
And I mentioned in-game, I think about, was it Dream Team 2 he was on?
Redeem Team.
Oh, yeah, the Redeem Team, where he leaped over the person, the other team, and dunked it. That was just insane. So, yeah, he's on my list for the top the dunk contest dunker. And my top spot is more of, it's kind of like the dunk contest itself between Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine. If I had to give it, excuse me, to one person, it probably would be Aaron Gordon. Never won a slam dunk contest title, but he has more perfect 50 dunks than any other player in history. I know a couple years ago when the NBA renamed all their trophies after iconic people, I was hoping they would rename the slam dunk trophy the Aaron Gordon trophy, because he deserves it. He's definitely has some incredible dunks, and just that contest in general. Not only did it come at a time when, again, the dunk contest was on a downward, and then these two titans come and just make it a back and forth. I mean, that was, if we were talking overtime, it was like 3 or 4 overtimes. They just keep getting perfect 50s on first attempt. It was such an incredible one. A lot of people think of the matchups between, I think of Dwight Howard, Nate Robinson. I think of Dominic Wilkins, Michael Jordan. I think that the Gordon Levine dunk contest is the best dunk contest there ever was. Those just, again, they went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And there's, people say that whatever judge gave Gordon the 9 instead of the 10, I forget who it was now, but he misunderstood and thought that someone else was going to do a 9 on Levine, or the Levine score was a 9, so they would go to another round. Because all the judges, everyone just wanted us to keep going.
Yeah.
So they would keep trying to send it to another round, just because these two were so incredible to watch. So that's my list.
Absolutely, yeah. Aaron Gordon's that queen. That, I think the whole season in general, not just like the whole season was like magical. The finals was awesome. Yeah, the dunk contest, like Prime Curry, LeBron, the Cavs 3 would come. Like, the whole season was just really a movie. 2016 was what a time.
Year, yeah.
Yeah, that dunk contest was like probably one of the first ones I've ever like really watched. Yeah, that one was like just magical. I've ever just like seen it go to overtime and overtime again. I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous. Like, it was like mad. Like, yeah. So those two are also, I have the same idea. Kind of, they had to be tied. I really can't pick one or the other. I don't know how you chose Gore. Like, they're both like just back and forth. Like, it's, yeah. I think that theory, like, they should have just kept it going. Like, at this point, whatever the score is, I don't care. It's put on a show for the fans.
Just give them both the trophy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, yeah, those two have to be tied. Like, that was amazing. I'm really happy to see. And now they're doing really good too, and they're still like high flying. Yeah, they're really awesome. Yeah, and then for my next pick, I did Michael Jordan. I mean, just like the showmanship, but the free throw line dunk. Yeah, he was the first one to do it, but his is the most iconic. When you think of the free throw line dunks, you think of Jordan's, right?
Yep.
You think of like the kind of double clutch he does, Air Jordan, right? Like, it's one of the most iconic. I think it's probably the most iconic dunk in the history of basketball. When you think of just like any slam dunk, when you think of the free throw line dunk from Jordan, it's just like kind of the default in your head, just because how amazing it was. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely probably cooler things that haven't done since then, but it's like the most iconic dunk ever. Like, when you think of dunks, you think of that dunk. And then for my last one, yeah, this one was also pretty tough, but honestly, Nate Robinson was, I think, really fun to watch, because he's like 5'9", right? I mean, he's shorter than I am, and I'm not tall by chance. I'm like 5'10", but so much shorter than me, being able to do all these dunks, and at his height, and again, just like that confidence, like, he just not scared. He just go up and just dunk on anyone, because he just, he's on it.
He can jump up there.
He can jump up there.
Something he could do, and again, there's not many people his height that could do what he could do. So he was a lot of fun to watch as well.
Yeah, I've seen a couple clips of when he was on the Celtics with Shaq. He would like dunk on Shaq, and it was just so funny. He's like little guy, boing, just like dunk on Shaq, and you're like, that's so funny. I
remember watching a clip of him blocking Yao Ming. That was fun too. So yeah, he could really get up there. So
yeah, I had him just because he's underrated. But honestly, on that same subject, Spud Webb too. He's like, who's the 5'7"?
Yes,
and he's also able to fly. Like, I think just gotta give credit where credit is due.
Yeah,
they definitely deserve.
And his technique was so interesting, because he, everything, all of his dunk for a self alley-oop, where he'd lob it really high and get it on the bounce and do his dunk then, which is a really tough thing to do.
Yeah,
you have to almost shoot it the correct area first to be able to do that. So it's tough too. I know it's kind of what we talked about, but maybe on the fly, I was thinking we can discuss what we think are some of the best dunks in history. Not dunkers necessarily, but the best dunks. Whether it's a one-off by one person. I already mentioned DeAndre Jordan, I think, had the best dunk in history over, I don't remember who it was, but just demolished him catching the alley-oop from Chris Paul. It was awesome. I also think it happened in Jonas's first couple of years when he jumped over a person on an alley-oop in game, jumped over someone. We've all seen that in the dunk contest, but in game to jump over somebody is incredible. I think that's one of the few times I had to rewatch a clip over and over.
Yeah.
And just be like, did that really happen? Just like in game.
Yeah.
And then I think one of the most iconic dunks in history is the poster from Wade off the backboard to LeBron. When Wade just has his hands spread out.
Oh, yeah.
That is just one of the most iconic photos in NBA history. Everybody knows exactly what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Wade doesn't have to look back to see, just off the backboard, he knows LeBron's there. And it's just such an iconic dunk in basketball history. So, any come to your mind? No, it's just kind of off the fly.
I know it's kind of recency bias, but when Aaron Gordon, he was on the Nuggets, he dunked over someone. He like jumped over, dunked on him, fell on him, put nuts in the face twice. That's like that one was awesome. That was so really fun to watch. And yeah, like you said earlier with Vince Carter, in the Olympics, he jumps over 7-footer.
Trying to take a charge. Yeah,
he tries to take a charge. And just hurdles him, and he was like cheering, like, "Oh yeah!" Like you hear after, that, "Oh yeah, it's a dunk." And it's like you really jumped over that man. You dunk, you jump, you hurled a 7-footer. That was like, that was like insane.
That was crazy.
I'm like, it's like one of those that they could watch it over and over and over again. It's crazy. And on the fly again. I kind of said it earlier, but Anthony Edwards over John Collins. That one was just like, you watch it, you're just like, oh, like that was just like gross. Like it just like hurt to watch, because it was so just killed a man. Like never seen a man commit murder on a basketball court except that. That was like brutal. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, a couple others that come to mind. I remember it was in the finals. Don't ask me which year, but Kobe Bryant's lob to Shaq, and Shaq puts it in right at the end of the fourth quarter to give them the lead, and he comes down and does a little point to Kobe. Yep, that's iconic. And there was one Donovan Mitchell's rookie year with the Jazz against the Rockets when he was just beating everyone's expectations of a rookie, and he has this little floater that misses it in the paint, and then he gets up there and he throws it down and just kind of hangs like Spider-Man would from the rim for a second. That's when everyone just kind of knew that this guy's real. He's legit, So those stick out to me as well as some other ones.
Yeah. I think I just have one more quick one. This one's from a dunk contest, but I always say this is the most perfect dunk I've ever seen. The Vince Carter 360 windmill.
Yeah.
That one, like the way even the net moves, it was like just like perfect dunk. Like,
and it looks so effortless.
Like he just when Don Mitchell did it, or I don't know if it was a dunk he did. It might have been the one he did. He did one, and he struggled on it. But Vince Carter, I think it was like first try. He takes the windmill, flushed it. It looked so easy. He was just didn't break a sweat. It was like the easiest dunk of his life. And also again, I'm a huge Jaxson fan, huge Mitchell fan. I loved his off two backboards. That one was really fun to watch. I also, on that note too, Dwight Howard's kind of double dunk on two backboards. I think it was a couple years ago when he was the Superman Part 2, with his Lakers uniform and stuff. That one was also really fun. Yeah, a really cool dunk to see. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, there's so many great ones. It's hard to number them down, but just so fun. One of the most epic. I guess it can turn the feel of a game in an instant. When you dunk on someone or someone gets dunked on, regardless of what the score is, it can make a huge statement and really swing things. So it's so fun to do. So this was a fun episode to talk about and just kind of think about. So
absolutely, dunking is like an art form. It really is. It's like a dance. You can compare it to a dance. It's just the showmanship of it. It's if you see someone hit a layup, it's 2 points. It's 2 points, but you see someone dunk on someone versus hit a tough layup, layups are awesome, but you see someone get dunked on in a game, you're just okay, you gotta respect it. You gotta be careful, right? I've definitely been more scared to be dunked on
Yeah.
then hit a layup on, like, oh, a layup on me, whoa, cool.
Yeah.
But if you get dunked on, you're like, man, yeah, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was a really fun episode. I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
Next episode we're gonna do our top 5 best looking jerseys of all time. So ranking the best jerseys.
Okay.
So a little bit kind of different discussion. Instead of just like ranking plays or whatever, kind of what I'm doing, we're ranking kind of looks on the court. So I'm excited because I started a little collection, not a whole lot of stuff going, but started a little bit going. So that was gonna be fun. Yeah, thanks for watching. This was really fun to make. I really like this episode. But
okay.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
See you next time.